My name is Patricia Campbell, and I am the owner of the law offices of Patricia and Campbell LLC in Bellbrook, Ohio. I practice almost exclusively in the area of family law, doing divorces, adoptions, and other post-decree matters. My experience has come from practicing exclusively in family law, doing divorces, dissolutions, legal separations, adoptions, and custody work over the course of the last 5 years in all of the counties surrounding the Dayton area. Been practicing in about 9 counties to date and have experience in each one of those. The first steps would be to come in, have a consult, and have a general idea of what your financial situation is. What is your salary, your spouse's salary, any debts, retirement benefits that you might have, and any other bank account or any bank accounts that you hold either jointly or separately from your spouse, and come in and have a discussion with me to determine what would be the best way to proceed from the beginning to ensure that you're getting all of the assets that you're entitled to. We can represent you from start to finish through all the aspects of a divorce, a dissolution, or a custody matter, no matter how it begins and how it ends. Some of the most difficult situations I have dealt with have started out as a dissolution, and some of the most difficult cases I thought starting out have resolved themselves very quickly. We are able to work with the twists and turns that come from dealing with what is essentially a financial transaction in a very emotionally heated state. I try to instill in my clients the importance of having a really good relationship with your attorney. You should feel comfortable asking your attorney questions and feeling that you're being responded to in a timely manner and that your concerns are being addressed. Once you've established that your attorney is competent to represent you, I think the second thing that you should look at is whether or not you feel comfortable with that person as a human being. A legal separation is a process that parties go through. It preserves the marriage, but it divides all of the assets. It provides for spousal support if applicable and provisions for the children. It's used by parties who have religious preferences against divorce or are in need of health insurance. A dissolution is a process of terminating a marriage when the parties agree on all of the issues, and they're simply submitting an agreement, a written agreement between the parties to the court and asking the court to adopt that as an order so that they can get on with their lives. And a divorce is a process for helping parties to resolve issues that they cannot come to on their own through the court process. So if you can't agree on everything, we simply file for divorce and make sure that all of the assets are uncovered, divided properly, and everyone is cared for to the ability of the parties. An annulment, it happens so rarely. It's just not something that we address very frequently in any of the courts. It declares a marriage void. It's used only in a very limited set of circumstances. And it really comes down to whether or not you're going to have assets to divide or not. It doesn't affect the legitimacy of the children. And really, for most people, pursuing a dissolution or a divorce would probably be a better route than an annulment. A military divorce, or someone wishing to go through that, has several aspects which are unique to service members. Service members have states of residency that they choose through the military, and then the state that they're residing in at the time that they may choose to divorce. Those things have to be taken into consideration because it can affect how their pension is divided or not divided depending on where they live. These are important matters both for the service member and for the spouse of a service member to make sure that they're choosing the forum that is going to be the most advantageous to them, and also defending against someone who might be filing in a jurisdiction that is not to their benefit. There's also several provisions of federal law relating to how and when a service member can be brought into court, when they are deployed and otherwise, and how custody is determined with a service member because of deployments, etc.
Call the law offices of Patricia and Campbell for more information.